to the world at large. The top 5 social media and rap career was brought to a screeching halt after he was found in America, arrested, and brought back to Canada to face justice. But in one of the craziest turns of events in rap history, after awaiting trial and filming music videos from behind bars, Top 5 would suddenly be released. Rumours would spread that he had been gifted a bulletproof legal defence by superstar rapper Drake, who'd actually been a long-time fan. Apparently, for his own amusement, Drake used his millions of dollars to help Top 5 beat the Canadian legal system, successfully helping him beat murder charges and unleashing this unhinged madman back on the streets. This has led to some of the most shocking and dangerous antics social media and streaming has ever seen, with Top 5 going as far as promising to kill Kendrick Lamar for Drake, having international freak-offs with some of the world's biggest rappers, allegedly finessing crypto investors for millions of their dollars amid some rumors that one of his scam victims didn't make it out alive. And off the back of all of this, Top 5 has allegedly landed multi-million-dollar deals with streaming and gambling companies and just landed the collab of a lifetime, stripping with Kanye West in the midst of his most recent mental breakdown. So today, we're going to break down the dark truth behind Top 5, the most dangerous streamer on planet Earth.
No, I don't wanna go. Get it together. I don't really want. What's up? What's up? Hold on, y'all. I'm changing clothes right quick. We're changing clothes. Put that up there. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What y'all doing? How y'all doing? What you doing? What we doing? I'm bored. Can y'all talk to me?
Abdullahi's mother, relatives, and friends are overcome with grief. The teen was fatally shot multiple times early this morning.
We're here with Top 5, one of Toronto's finest.
Tell him what I just got packed. Tell him why your brother got packed.
So you the streets. You're the streets. Yeah, I'm drinking.
Two Toronto men are facing charges after a man was shot and killed in a parking garage late last month.
For the first-degree murder of 23-year-old Hashim Omar Hashim.
You guys want to know where I am?
Oh, you got no rapper behind bars on first-degree murder charges managed to film a music video from inside his own jail cell.
The murder case against Hassan Ali, better known by his stage name Top 5, ended today.
Free football, free 100, free century. Shout out to my boy Drake, man. That's a good workout, Dad. Hold on.
afraid to get away from top five. That dude is life. The things he say. Support your career.
Happy records, I told y'all I was going to this. Listen, I dropped a $25 million bag. I had to.
Top 5 was one of 2 men arrested in connection with a firearm investigation.
Thank you for calling. I'm harassing the G's. Come on, this is time. When you talk about money, you gotta talk different with the managers.
If you want to watch my videos uncut and extended, go to patreon.com/tracklawross, where you can get those for just $2. Also, you can now watch my new drops on Spotify, so go search me there. Here's the video. Top 5, born Hassan Ali in 1998 to Somali immigrant parents, grew up in Toronto's Lawrence Heights, a neighborhood that locals call the jungle. Isolated and neglected, this maze of crumbling multi-story townhouses and low-rise complexes that are part of Toronto's public housing stood in stark contrast to the middle-class suburbia that surrounded it. Known for poverty, drug deals, and gunfire, Jungle is home to a large community of immigrant families from the Caribbean, South America, Somalia, and other African countries. Immigrants who were all clinging to their own version of the Canadian dream, and it was here, on the basketball courts, that Hassan earned his nickname Top 5, a boast that everything he did on the court was Top 5. As a student of Vaughan Road Academy, the same high school that Drake attended, a young Top 5 would get into music from early on, but he wouldn't take it seriously until one fateful day. When Top 5 was 15 years old, he would attend Drake's first annual OVO bounce tournament. Drake was in attendance, and at the time, the Pistons star friend Jennings when Jennings ripped off his jersey to celebrate, Top 5 mimicked him. Mid-photo op, he sent the crowd into a frenzy and catching Drake's attention. That spontaneous moment sparked a friendship and pivoted Top 5's path towards music.
What's up, guys?
When Top 5 was just
Not
16
feeling
years
too
old,
well
he dropped the
today.
song
What
Shirt,
y'all got
fully
going on?
doubling down and basing his personality on the gimmick of having a shirt on any block, I'll have you know. This Chicago drill-inspired track racked up 5,000 views in
What
just
y'all
a few
got going
weeks, but then
on?
months later in December, Drake
Thank you
would
for
make
the
a Instagram
likes.
post saying,
Hope
"Watching
y'all
Top 5
subscribe
video,
and
together with
share.
caption, Back in the six, shout out to Top 5, which would catapult the track into local
I'm probably
success.
sure y'all
Toronto,
want
with
some
a viral song in
readings.
his pocket and the co-sign from the biggest rapper in the
I
world,
could do some
16-year-old
readings.
Top 5 would turn
Haven't
his
been
15
doing
minutes of
that.
fame into a burgeoning
Need to
music
go
career.
outside.
He dropped out of school in 2015, doubling down with the song Hall of Fame alongside Toronto underground rap icon Robin Banks, who belonged to the Wax Gang from the north side of Jane and Finch, part of the infamous Driftwood Crips, which are also known for rappers like Presser, his brother
Play
Lil
what?
Durk, and the late Houdini. Then came Shirt Off on Any Block, with a music video filmed in the heart of the jungle.
You guys have the same sound. Like, I don't want to sound like Weeknd. I don't want to sound like Drake. I want to sound like myself. You're never gonna make it out if you don't sound like yourself.
I grew up in Toronto, but I don't like this in the winter. I like the summer when my shirt comes off.
A track that even the Toronto police were enjoying. Meanwhile, Drake would keep the cosigns coming, shouting out Top 5 in the track Grammys from his 2016 album Views. But unfortunately, just as Top 5 plotted his family's escape from the jungle,
Started rapping. I did law school.
Free Fire. You mean Call of Duty?
Have a hustle, grab back in my
What you talking about? What's Free Fire?
the streets would strike back. Given the nickname of Top 5's neighborhood, the jungle, it's probably no surprise then that gangs have had a strong hold of the area for a long time. For decades, this neighborhood has been home to the so-called Jungle City Bloods gang, and more recently, particularly a set under them called the GGGs, or Go Get 'Em gang. Originally called the First Comes Family, online rumors tie the set's formation to a March 2008 tragedy, an unsolved murder of an 18-year-old Ahmed Abdikarim, son of a Somali soccer star and alleged brother of a GGG member named Jason. Ahmed's killing was even caught on camera, but this murder was never prosecuted, and the lack of evidence became a flashpoint for retaliatory violence. While no convictions followed, the incident brought together the GGGs, with notorious members in their ranks like Flipper, aka Saeed, the Postman, Mohiuddin 100, Moneyboy, Century, aka Sanatar Mohiuddin, Ahmed's brother, Jason GGG, aka Ibrahim Abdikarim, Styles, aka Saeed Osman, a GGG affiliate who's currently on the Canada's most wanted list, and among them, even Top 5. The jungle was part of a broader war dividing Toronto's boroughs. On one side, Jane, Driftwood, and Lawrence Heights, and on the other side, territories like Regent Park, Falstaff, and Rexdale. Part of this conflict was GGG's feud with the Falstaff
What's
Crips,
up, what's
based on the Northwest
up?
Toronto's Jane Falstaff corridor. Their turf consisting particularly of 3 large high-rises, numbers 20, 30, and 40, which is why the gang is also sometimes called 234. The full-staff Crips are known for guys like the rappers 9 and LO, who have both received some notable fame in the Toronto drill scene. While top 5 in the GGGs have also clashed with several other rival sets like Bloods from the Connections or South Jane, represented by artists like NHSJJ and Doovie, who have both been some of the most popular drill artists in the Toronto scene. On the other hand, there's also been gang sets who GGG have been close with, most notably being the previously mentioned Watts gang, with top 5 himself being very close to their rappers YG, Presser, and Presser's big brother Boondog, all of whom were recently shining prominently in Brandon Buckingham's vlog about the gang war in Toronto. Definitely go and check that out.
Around this Jaden Finch, Watts gang.
Alexandra Park, Peel, MG Furrow.
Content creators got shot in their head out here.
Come right, you might not leave.
Jaden Finch.
What began as a simmering tension in the late 2000s between these different Toronto factions would escalate by 2018 into Toronto's bloodiest year on record, and at the centre of many of these conflicts would be none other than the GGGs. For example, in June 2016, 2 gunmen would open fire on 20-year-old Nathan Lee in Jamestown near Finch Avenue.
Y'all ain't talking about nothing. What's going on?
Security cameras would capture the chilling attack, which left Lee hospitalised, but fortunately alive.
A sunny morning and 20-year-old Nathan Lee is heading out for a bike.
I wish I had a boyfriend. Oh, I wish I had a boyfriend.
Shows the 2 suspects approach. Both are armed with handguns. It's hard to believe anyone could survive such close-range shots, but Lee's mother says her son is expected to recover.
Police quickly linked the shooting to an ongoing feud between the Young Buck Killers, Driftwood Crips subset, and the Rexdale Jamestown Crips. This was a rivalry already stained by tragedy, as just weeks earlier, a pregnant woman was killed in a drive-by, her baby delivered by an emergency C-section, only to die a month later, something that the YouTuber Six Tails covered in great detail on his channel. Lee's shooting occurred allegedly just days after the rapper Presser was assaulted in jail, and investigators believe that this was payback. But the plot thickened when Lee's mother identified one shooter as Shamori YG White, the Young Buck Killers member and Top 5's close friend. YG would actually flee to the US, setting the example for others to do the same in the future, while his alleged accomplice, later revealed as Jason from GGG, stayed in the shadows. But then, in March 2017, Jason was arrested and charged with attempted murder and discharging a firearm. YG, who had been on the run in the US, spending a lot of time in Los Angeles, would ultimately be caught in Columbus, Ohio, and brought back to Canada, formally charged with attempted murder. However, due to a combination of good lawyers and the witnesses refusing to testify, both men would face no charges. YG would later taunt the failed prosecution with his track Blue Tea, which flaunted the attire matching the shooter's description in the surveillance video, with him rapping that he's on his block, shooting people in his blue tea. But in April 2024, Jason's luck ran out, as he was gunned down in Toronto's fashion district in a shooting that would leave 2 others injured. Though police hesitated to call it targeted, graffiti at the scene spelling out GGGK, or Go Get 'em Gang Killers, sparked speculation of a hit. But the GGG's reign of terror wasn't just limited to the greater Toronto area, and in another wild case, in August 2018, 27-year-old Abdi Sluggy Piercy, a mid-level drug dealer all the way in Edmonton, Alberta, was gunned down after he pulled into a parking lot, with the sounds of this shooting being chillingly captured on a nearby dash cam. Police called the shooting targeted, revealing that the victim was well known to law enforcement.
When police arrived Sunday night, the focus was on a BMW where the man was gunned down. The building was roped off,
And then we heard more gunshots.
with area residents wondering what happened.
Sluggy had allegedly been a drug dealer who clashed with a criminal organisation spanning throughout several provinces, and nod to GGG's rumoured reach across Canada. Though GGG as a gang wasn't officially tied to this murder, rumours swirled and the crew leaned into them, dissing Sluggy every chance they got, whether in the 2021 song Movie, where Top 5 raps that when he's in Edmonton, he's smoking on Sluggy. A month after the murder of Sluggy in September 2018, 4 suspects would be charged, including Century from the GGGs. Police were able to build their case with extensive video surveillance that showed that the 2 shooters arrived in the parking lot and waited for Sluggy to arrive, and as soon as he did, the shooters got out of their car, got close, and opened fire, with one of the shooters not just emptying his clip, but returning to the getaway vehicle, and then returning to Sluggy's lifeless body, and continuing firing, before finally hopping in the car and getting away. Police confirmed Century as one of the 2 shooters, but despite what the judge called insurmountable evidence, Century 2 would miraculously beat his case. The GGGs were a terror in the streets, and Teflon in the courtrooms, and this untouchable gang was still staying active during the 2020s, escalating their already infamous reign of terror. In March 2022, chaos would erupt at a north central Edmonton lounge when
What's going on?
gunfire into a crowd, described as one of the city's worst mass shootings. The attack left 28-year-old Imber Georgia, her young father and husband, deceased, and 6 others injured. Authorities would quickly recover a vehicle linked to the shooting, and Edmonton police moved quickly, arresting 2 suspects, GGG members 100 and Bosch after a police helicopter tracked their fleeing car, capturing their attempt to discard firearms out the window, which were later retrieved by police dogs. Investigators confirmed that 60 to 70 shots were fired into the crowd, calling it miraculous that more people weren't killed.
What's that going on?
Another GGG affiliate, Saeed Styles
It's been a long time coming, but I know the change gon' come.
One of those being none other
Oh,
than
yes, it will.
who would get arrested on December the 3rd, 2023.
I go to the movies and I go downtown. They keep telling me don't.
Extradited to Edmonton,
It's
he
been
faced
a
the same charges as 100 first-degree murder and 7 counts of
long
aggravated
time
assault.
coming, but I
Bosch would strike a plea deal confessing that he
know
drove the shooters,
a change gon' come.
and that they were after someone they knew. He would get 8 years
Yes,
for
I will.
manslaughter, a fraction of the potential life sentences
Oh, I
that
don't
his
feel
gang
good.
members still face. These are just a few of the cases tied to the Go Get gang's murderous reign. Of the top 5 himself,